I believe that if we are honest with ourselves, that the most fascinating problem in the world is who am I? What do you mean? What do you feel when you say the word I myself?
I wanna fly the train! I don't give a fuck! Oh, jeez. Hey, what's going on, man?
You keep using that for. It doesn't seem to me as what you're thinking it is.
Oh, jeez. Hey, what's going on? I don't give a fuck! Oh, jeez. Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, you can't get out of it! Oh, jeez. Don't join your friends, you wiggles!
I think that I am familiar with the fact that you are going to ignore this particular problem until it swings up and bites you on the ass.
Psych, just kidding. My new catchphrase is, I don't give a fuck!
It's asking a lot to believe that the problem is going to fix itself.
Guess what, bitch?
Our technology and our numbers have both reached a state where inadvertently we can pose a danger to the global environment, especially through the atmosphere.
The whales have a 15-foot penis. Are you a pervert or something? Okay.
Now, nobody pretends we understand everything about the global climate.
I didn't cut out. You heard me. Google it yourself.
There are feedbacks, some of which you warm the Earth a little bit, and the tendency will be to further increase the temperature, so-called positive feedback.
What I'm saying is the planet's on fucking fire.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. I don't give a
What's up, heathens? How ya doing? Tonight we have I think he's a pastor. I've covered him before. I've covered one of his videos before, and it did fairly well then, and I thought that this guy was just kind of a one-off, oh, I'm going to post up this dumb fucking video and everything like that, but apparently he still puts up videos. So today we're going to be checking in with Tom, the fuck is his name? Tom... I done forgot what his fucking name was. Tom Brown. Tom Brown knows is going to be telling us about how atheism is dumb, right? And trust me, he has the dumbest reasons why he thinks atheism is dumb. So it's kind of odd how he would make a video like this being hypocritical and shit. But anyways, so we're going to be going over that. We've also got Today I Learned, as well as comments and shitty ass science, where Cephas is going to be stopping by. So I hope you guys have your butt holders a holding, because tonight it's going to be lit. That's shit that I've never said before.
Are you lit?
Not yet, but I'm getting there. Anyways, all right, we'll be back right after this. All right, so let's see. Oh yeah, almost forgot how this works. Hold on. Let me get this working here. Today I learned. Yahoo! Yep.
That drink must be extra, extra.
Extra, extra. Yes, my crack and cream soda tonight is extra, extra. It is half rum, half Sprite, a little bit of ice. But today I came up with a new song. I did. I posted it this morning on Twitter. Yep, it's an asshole song. This post makes you an asshole. Don't be an asshole. Stop being an asshole. Stop it. It was a little different, but you get the gist. We're going to be going platinum soon. We'll release an album, and it will be awesome. We already got a super chat from Teresa, Minnesota, saying, "Bro, save us and fly 2020." Hey, I think Brocephus would definitely, roll with that fly on that pile of shit the other night. So it seems like right up Brocephus's alley. All right, so let's get to the Today I Learns. First up on Today I Learned that someone in New York State bought an old bowl at a tag sale in 2007 for $3. When the buyer had it appraised several years later, they learned that it was a 1,000-year-old Chinese bowl initially valued at $200,000 to $300,000. It later sold at auction for $2.2 million. That is the best $3 ever spent, right there. They turned $3 into $2.2 million. Everybody wants to go to a garage sale now and just buy up old bowls, hoping that they're fucking old-ass Chinese bowls. You got $3? Oh, we'll sell you some shit you can later sell for $2.2 million. Nobody would have believed that. All right, let's see. What's up? What else is on Today I Learned today? Next on Today I Learned that Jacob Wool and Jack Berkman surrendered in Michigan. They are accused of orchestrating a racist and inaccurate robocall campaign to dissuade people from voting. They were arraigned Thursday in the 36th District Court of Detroit. They pleaded not guilty on several felony charges. And I wanted to bring this up because this is recent, but also for all of the talk about how Democrats are going to rig the election and how Democrats are going to do this, Democrats are going to do that, about mail-in voting and shit like that, it amazes me how many times Republicans actually get caught trying to rig the election. For a group that apparently is so sure that he's going to get reelected, they do like to cheat a lot, it seems. But I don't know. I haven't really seen a lot of Democratic rigging of the election. I've basically seen the shit that the Republicans claim that the Democrats are going to do, the Republicans are actually doing themselves. So, with the exception of voter suppression, because it's like Democrats want to increase voter turnout, while Republicans, they have a strict policy of wanting to decrease them. So, let's see. What's next on Today I Learned? And finally on Today I Learned, and I'm wanting to point this out to a certain Uhan Roderick in the chat. Today I learned that according to researchers at Harvard University, the most efficient predator in this world is the dragonfly with a success rate of up to 95% while hunting, topping apex predators such as lions by a wide margin. So, wink, Uhan, for the next nerd trivia. Wink, this might be a good one to put up there. I might know it. Hey there, Daniel. How you doing? Hey, Vanta Blue, Elizabeth Richardson, Quentin, Teresa, Sunny Secular, everybody. It's great to see everybody here. We got a super chat from Jesse Shodel saying, to the GOP, losing equals rigged. I agree. Losing does equal rigged to them. But at the same time, they're so insecure about it, they choose to rig it themselves, and they always fail. All right. Oh, I know. Hi, honey. Sorry, I was just going up the chat. All right. So we've got comments today, and these are, well, a couple of them are pretty much from Take That Darwin on Twitter. If you guys don't follow Take That Darwin and you really want a lot of great creationist like tweets that you can either make fun of or respond to or something like that, follow Take That Darwin, because he retweets all of the creationist ridiculousness that exists on Twitter that he can find. But anyways, so he retweeted this where the guy says, "Seems like apes would have come up with their own ham radios by now, at least, us being so related and all." Yeah, I really don't think that the other apes in the great ape family have exactly progressed that far as their intellect goes. So no, they shouldn't have already produced ham radios. It's just so fucking stupid. Oh man. I gotta love how ridiculous the creationists can get with their claims. Next, we have Katie Cat. You do know that the majority of evangelicals are the good guys, and the majority of atheists are the bad and ignorant guys, right? Like, no. Are you serious? What? How citation fucking needed, which I have a shirt now that's citation fucking needed, and I could actually put I still need to do the uncensored version, but and I'm really waiting on, or sorry, the censored version. Yeah, I've got a citation fucking needed shirt that that I got on my Teespring store. It should be coming in soon, but citation fucking needed, because I don't know where in the world you're getting your information about evangelicals being the good guys, but that just seems like bullshit to me, especially in light of atheists are the bad and ignorant ones. The fuck are you talking about? Michael Folt says, I don't personally know another human who knows how to operate a ham radio. I sure as hell don't. I mean, I don't either. It's got knobs on it, and you squeeze the little hand thing to talk in it, and I think you gotta have a license, otherwise you'll get arrested or something. I think that's the extent of my knowledge of ham radios. Alright. Done that. Okay. Oh, hey, y'all know what time it is? Yes, shitty ass science time. Shitty ass science! We're gonna answer some science shit really wrong. What's up, heathens? How y'all fuckers doing? Y'all loving burning in hell yet? Well, if you're not burning in hell yet, you will be soon, because you're heathens and you deserve to burn in hell. Yeah, you're alright. You make food. That's good steak tonight, by the way. Thank you. Alright. Oh, man. Let's see what we got today for some shitty-ass science. What is the melting point of the moon? Okay, now listen. I get it. We've been doing some flat earth shit lately. We got more flat earth shit in the wings. But, I mean, this right here is just science, okay? The moon can melt. That's why it has to stay so far away from the earth. You see, if the moon gets too close to the earth, it's going to burn up and melt because it's made of cheese. And, I mean, I know, you guys don't believe me, but I swear to Christ, the moon is made out of cheese, and that's why it's melting. So the melting point of, let's see, at what point does American cheese melt, honey?
That's not cheese.
How hot do you...
Not very hot.
Not very hot? I thought that shit was plastic.
I mean, it is.
It is plastic?
Yes.
At what point does plastic melt? Let's see. At what point does plastic melt? There we go. It automatically 100 degrees Celsius. Yep, 100 degrees Celsius, which is 212 degrees Fahrenheit for all of you non-nerds out there. I mean, to be quite honest, I didn't know what the fuck the Celsius was either. That was just the first thing that came up in Google. But
130 degrees Fahrenheit
it said 212 on the fucking Google.
for American cheese.
Oh, for American cheese. It's how much?
For cheese, well, different cheeses are different, but softer cheeses are about 130 degrees Fahrenheit.
We're just going to go with the plastic number of 212 degrees Fahrenheit because, look, if the moon gets too close to the Earth, it's going to scrape past the atmosphere and it's definitely going to heat up past that freezing point that exists within the space zone out there, because we all know that it's freezing as shit up there. If you take your dick out on the moon, it will definitely break off because it's so fucking cold. But in any case, you don't want the moon to get too close to the Earth because it'll melt, and this shit right here happens. Basically, you got the smokestack down there that's letting off all of the heat. The heat is immediately traveling up to the moon and causing it to melt a little bit. I don't know if you've seen those craters that they have here on the Earth, but those are not caused by meteorites. Those are caused by heaping clumps of fucking cheese melting off of the moon. So there you go. We're explaining why the moon's looked all fucked up for so long. We're also explaining why there are meteorite holes on the Earth. We got Drew's Buck Reviews, who sent a super chat, and I'm just going to take it upon myself to read it right here. They are using 5G to get people to voting for them by mail. The EM radiation alters their brainwaves to manipulate them into voting against the GOP. Well, that's exactly why people would vote Donald Trump out. It's not because we want him out, obviously. I mean, hey, didn't Donald Trump win the popular vote last time?
No,
Wait, he didn't win the popular vote?
no.
I
Clinton got over 3 million votes more than he did.
I could have sworn that motherfucker won the popular vote. I mean, he did get in office, right?
He got into office by the
Okay.
Electoral College. He did not win the popular vote.
Well, that means the most people voted for him since he got elected into the presidential office. So if there's any reason why he doesn't get voted in, then that means that it's because people are mind controlled by the 5G radio waves and are convinced that he's somehow bad. We got another one from Michael Thole that I will take upon myself to read. It said 212 on the fucking Google. Is something I want on a t-shirt now. Listen, every funny fucking thing I say is not going to get put on a t-shirt, okay? Anyways, all right, well, that's going to be it for me tonight. We answered the GOP, why Donald Trump's probably going to lose, and also the moon's melting. Y'all, don't melt the moon. Also, climate change is real. It's going to melt the moon. Metalhead. Oh. Metalhead says, I got my, by the way, evolution is a fact t-shirt. Love it. That is so awesome because even though Bro Cephas is a conservative Christian, I too believe that evolution is a fact and all creationists are dumbasses. So, there you go. All right. I'm going to let GE get back in on it, and I guess I will see you heathens later. Maybe. Hold on. Here we go. All right. Bye, guys. Woo! Hey! So Brosepha stopped by. No, Donald Trump did not win the popular vote. He actually lost the popular vote. It was in one of those rare occasions where the gerrymandered electoral college actually was able to vote Donald Trump in, but yet the most people did not want him to, in fact, be president. So anytime you hear somebody say, oh, Donald Trump won the most votes, it's like, I don't think so. Nope, that wasn't actually true there, motherfucker. So, anyways, yeah, I love these kind of interesting shots. I've featured them before on this particular segment, but these kinds of shots are always pretty awesome. Just seeing how light is affected by different mediums and different temperatures and everything like that, it's quite interesting. So, all right, y'all ready to get into the response video tonight? It's actually going to be kind of short, but it's got a lot of dumb shit in it. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta change my thing. Gotta change my thingy over here.
In the chat was saying that GE should get on it because Bro Cephas is calling him honey.
I know, I heard that motherfucker. He best not. He best not try to get up on my honey. All right. This is Tom Brown. He looks like he's shitting himself right now. We got Gurmania that says Godless Engineer isn't a YouTuber. It's a way of life. That's fucking right. I mean, Jesus Christ. To put out 5 videos every week, plus like random other shit, it's pretty exhausting. It is like a way of life. Thank you. All right. So we got Tom Brown here. You're having a code Brown right now. And we're going to see why he thinks that atheism is dumb. I guarantee you these will not actually be reasons why atheism is dumb. All right, I got to stop you right here. I'm going to let you finish, but I got to stop you because atheism isn't so much a philosophy, right? Atheism is an answer to one question, and that's, do you believe in a God? No, I don't believe in a God. So therefore, I consider myself atheist. Now, this isn't carte blanche to go around and tell people, oh, you're really an atheist if you don't believe in God, because everybody applies their labels differently. Me, I take the agnostic atheist label to be a lot more specific as to what I do and do not believe or know, right? And so I don't believe in a God, so therefore I classify myself as an atheist. So we're going to allow Code Brown here to continue. The important fact to get out of that, though, is that it's not a philosophy. It's just a single answer to a question. I don't see how that can be a philosophy. Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. Now you are muted. Shit. Technical problems with... Hold on. Technical problems with G. Let's see. Let's see if there's actual video sound.
Atheism is the dumbest philosophy.
Is that coming through?
Yeah, it's pretty quiet though.
Let's see. Hold on. I might have... Oh. Okay, wait. I think it might be fixed now. Hold on. I've been fucking around with my settings. Uhan Roderick will know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, 4. Let's see. 4. There we go. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. Uhan Roderick sent a super chat. Such a great engineer. You know what? I'm getting it. Okay.
To ever face humanity.
How's that?
Other people said it's very low.
No, it heard that, did it? Okay, hold on, let me... Well, shit. Okay.
Number one, It makes no
Oh, really, really low.
Okay, let's see. Oh, shit. All right, I had the wrong checkbox clicked. Let's see about it now.
We all know that the universe.
There we go. Booyah, I knew I'd fix it. All right, here we go. Let me start all over again. Code Brown Nose over here is going to be going through why atheism is dumb.
Atheism is the dumbest philosophy to ever face humanity.
Okay, I know I've already talked about this, but again, atheism is not a philosophy. It's the answer to a single question, and that's whether or not I believe in God. I'm not going to say that everybody that doesn't believe in a God is definitely an atheist, because this is a label that I feel like you have to apply to yourself. So however you decide to define yourself, that's fine. I'm just saying that atheism for me is the answer to a single question. That's whether or not I believe in a God. And so I don't really think that can be a philosophy. It really doesn't give me any kind of philosophical value or anything like that. So I don't see how it can be a philosophy.
Why is it stupid? Well, number one, it makes no common sense. We all know that the universe had an origin. There was a time when there was nothing. And we all know it's not possible for nothing to create something.
All right. I should really make bingo cards, because this would be like an X for the nothing from something kind of column, or box. So basically, he doesn't understand what a scientific nothing is, because scientific nothing is still something. We have found that when we remove everything from a section of space, right? You remove all radiation, you remove everything from it, and it still has a little bit of energy fluctuating within it. Therefore, absolutely nothing is not technically possible. And so when he talks about how nothing can't come from, or something can't come from nothing, he doesn't really know what he's talking about when he says nothing. No scientific theory out there says that nothing produces anything, right? That nothing, the scientific nothing that exists, can still produce something. Jesse Shodel says, because common sense is just so reliable. Yeah, common sense actually clued us into the idea that God is the one that controls weather and lightning and the oceans and earthquakes and just every single thing out there. At one point in time, common sense pointed towards God. So please, I guess, so I guess fuck me for thinking that shit is just naturally happening, right? So yes, he's wrong. First off, he's wrong because this is not about atheism. Atheism is a single answer to a single question. That's whether or not God exists. Now, whatever that entails after that is not directly concerning atheism. So one, he's not talking about atheism. Two, he's completely wrong about what the scientific theories about the beginning of the universe is.
So where did the first elements of the universe come into existence? Well, in order for that to happen, you have to have someone outside the universe make it.
I'm sorry, do we need somebody outside of the universe for shit to be created within stars now? Like, I really think that it's going over his head in order to point out that nothing was able to form for 300,000 years after the inflation of the universe, because the universe was so hot, not even light could travel through it. It would totally blow his mind to think that this entire universe was too hot and dense for even light to travel through it, let alone the whole idea that heavier elements are created in the guts of stars, and when these stars explode, they spread out their guts all over the universe, and it creates more and more elements. Do we need God in the hearts of stars to fuse two atoms together? Is God in the sun when he fuses two hydrogen atoms together and he produces light and it in fact produces energy? Like, is God needed at the heart of our sun? Is God ever needed for anything that naturally occurs? To sit there and be like, well, where did the first elements come from? It's like, well, the first elements that developed were hydrogen, helium, and I believe it was, it's that one that's what is it? Lithium. Yes, I was thinking normally lithium product is prescribed for like antidepressants and stuff, but lithium. Those were the first ones to form, and they formed when atoms started to form. And then once those collected into these stars, and the stars started fusing hydrogen and hydrogen atoms into helium and the helium and all this other stuff. Like, once they started actually forming in there, it produced these larger and larger elements. We don't need God to explain that. That just happens naturally.
For that to happen, you have to have someone outside the universe make it. That's common sense. But the second reason why atheism is dumb and stupid and foolish is that it's bankrupt morally. Even atheists admit that there is a moral universe.
All right, who had morality on their particular bingo card? Anybody got a bingo yet? No, we've only had two things, so there's no way anybody can have a bingo. But in any case, so atheism makes no moral claims. There's no morality imposed by atheism. Now, I get why he's a little confused by this, because his particular religion, and in fact, most religions out there now, actually do impose some kind of moral code on its adherents. But the fact is that atheism by itself, just like theism by itself, does not inherently have any kind of moral code to it. So it's a lot like complaining about a fish being unable to fly. You know, well, with the exception of those one fish that can fly. Well, they don't necessarily like fly, but there's a fish, I can't remember what the fish is called, but the fish it kind of glides in the air when it jumps out. Anyways, let me think of it. It's a lot like saying, why the fuck can't a whale walk? You know, I mean, you're complaining about something, that the thing is not even supposed to do. Atheism is not supposed to be some kind of have some kind of moral guideline attached to it. So for you to say that it's morally bankrupt, it's just fucking hilarious, because it shows how much you don't know about atheism. Or this subject in general. We got a couple of super chats here. One from friend Wilson, who says humanity has a millennia to prove deities exist. Has not happened. No deity necessary. I agree there, Fran. Uhan Roderick says God gave me bingo. I win. Prove me wrong. Oh fuck. Uhan wins like G-Man does. Pasty Cake says atheism in a nutshell. I don't believe you, dude. Exactly. I don't see how that is moral in any kind of, like, how that could prescribe morality in any kind of way. But let's see what he has to complain about.
Universe, that there's a sense of what's right and wrong. So atheists have to try to grapple with, where do we get our sense of ethics and morals? So in the end, without God, then atheists begin to change those moral fabrics. And before you know it, atheists, they adopt a morality based on natural evolution.
Okay. Before we get into this pile of shit, first of all, with the fact that atheism doesn't prescribe morality, of course we're going to be looking to ourselves for our morality, and that it perfectly explains why we're wrong some of the times. Like, morally, we can and have been wrong on many occasions. And I doubt that anybody here would claim to be a perfectly moral person. I would think that most people would agree that they try to be the best person that they can be. But as far as morality goes, I find it quite hilarious how you say that atheists end up just pulling shit out of their asses, right? When in fact it's religious people that also just pull shit out of their ass. Of course we pull shit out of our ass because we're the ones that create atheism. Just like shit, we create morality. I said atheism a second ago. I meant morality. We create morality just like we create shit. Okay, without some kind of living organism, we wouldn't have shit or morality. I think I just compared morality to shit.
Based on natural evolution.
Oh yeah, he said that our morality is based on natural evolution. I kind of wonder where in the fuck he's going with this. My guess is that he's probably going to the whole evolutionary morality, taking the literal like idea of evolution and trying to twist it into some kind of moral code.
Survive. Based on natural evolution, that only the strong survive. Only the strong rule the weak. Only the smart conquer. So what happens is in the end...
Fucking knew it. I knew it. I called it, honey. Called it. Well, he says that apparently atheists get their moral intuition from evolution, which has the survival of the fittest. And the survival of the strongest. Might makes right, basically, is what he's putting out here. But in fact, that's not how survival of the fittest works. Survival of the fittest is about how well an organism is adapted to its environment. That's how it's the fittest. Now, that could be which organism is strongest. It could be which organism is the biggest douchebag. That could be it. But it's about who is best suited for the environment that they're in. They will survive. Now, it's kind of interesting how you talk about this like, oh, people are just making this shit up, that, you know, they don't have any kind of grounding really in beyond themselves. Again, I would like to point out how religious people do this as well. Religious people, just like Tom Brown here, they also make up their own morality. If you say that you don't adhere to your own sense of morality and that you only follow the word of God because that's what God says, then that just shows that you're either a sociopath or a psychopath. Okay? Because what that ultimately entails is that you cannot tell right and wrong by yourself. You cannot look at a man kicking a dog and say that's wrong. Because you need God to tell you that it's wrong. You think you need God to write that shit on your heart. I don't think that I need God to write that shit on my heart. If I see an asshole kicking a dog, I'm just going to go up and fucking drop kick his ass. Right? I mean, I don't need to consider God when I'm making that decision. I know that's wrong because I make my own moral decisions. I really don't think that you want to sit there and act like you don't make your own moral decisions. Also, if you've been keeping up with the Daily Bible Podcast that posts up every Tuesdays, you know that God would definitely kick a dog.
Unborn babies that are weak and unprotected. Slaves that could not fight for themselves. Minorities that could not defend themselves. It's too bad because
I'm sorry. My mind is getting fucked right now because he just said that he mentioned minorities and the weak and everything like that. Like, have you not looked at the history of fucking Christianity? Because I'm fairly certain Christianity was the religion of the African slave trade. I'm not saying that they're primarily responsible for the African slave trade, but I just want to say that slaves had their own particular version of the Bible that did not include Moses freeing the slaves and God talking about how all people should be freed and everything like that. I mean, you can't just sit there and totally neglect how shitty your religion in particular has been to the minorities. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Also, the unborn, we've been having this discussion on Twitter a lot here recently about what it means to be a person, and when in the womb do you actually become a person. And a lot of people like to twist, things that I say and things that other people say around. But I think that the moment of personhood kind of becomes relevant when the baby can survive outside of the womb. I think that is the point where fetus becomes sort of person. And, only in the extreme cases are later term abortions really ever done. I'm not saying that unequivocally. I'm just saying that for the most part, like 95 to 99% of these abortions, these later term abortions, are only done in emergency situations. Now, most abortions are done prior to the 12th week when the fetus is just not a person, right? Is it a human fetus? Yes, of course it's a human fetus, right? It's not a person though. It's still a fetus. It can't survive outside the womb. So, I feel like most of these people have this idea that of like partial birth abortions, or like a woman that's full term and like you can see the baby kicking on the stomach walls and everything like that, and or the abdomen walls, and and like apparently doctors are just killing those babies, and it's really fucking it's fucking insane. But all right, well, let's continue.
In atheism, in the end, it's only the strong that should survive. So everyone else is weak and sickly, should all die and go by themselves, And so we have atheism that is weak morally. And the few times that a country decided to implement atheism as its official philosophy, it all turned into communism. Look at the Soviet Union and look at China. Communism is the natural outgrowth of atheism.
No, I don't know. Again, citation fucking needed. I don't know how communism is the natural outgrowth of atheism. First off, what you described there are state atheism. State atheism is not related to the atheism that he's talking about. If you really wanted to pin a specific fallacy to this would be called the equivocation fallacy, because he's equivocating state atheism with atheism, right? State atheism sought to replace religion with the state so that people had a religious adherence to the state. And so I agree that state atheism is a bad idea. I think that secularism is the best form or is the best way for a government to operate, where there's a clear separation of church and state. And I really don't think that atheism, theism, any of that should really come into account when making laws, other than to restrict people from being fucking shitty, right? Let's see. I did notice Sunny Secular in the chat said that it doesn't matter because it is our choice, and I agree with that. I think that it's more of a bodily autonomy or a women's rights issue. Abortion is, rather than men trying to legislate the wombs of women. I just don't think that that's where we need to be at all. We got Pasty Cake, who says, by the rules of nature and natural selection, we should let every anti-vaxxer, anti-masker die from their own stupidity to save our species. No non-theist thinks this, my guy. We will help all. I agree. Nobody thinks that. But he wants to paint us as being that kind of cold-hearted son of a bitch. But yeah, so those particular things. So one, I don't know how communism grows out of atheism. I mean, you can be communist and Christian. I really don't. I don't understand how he would come to the conclusion that only atheism leads to communism. Excuse me. And then number two, state atheism is not atheism. Is not equal to atheism.
Growth of atheism, because with atheism there is no freedom, because to an atheist they're the smart ones and they should rule the dumb ones.
I do not think that, and I honestly don't know anybody that does. Now, I'm not saying that there's no atheists out there that doesn't think that highly of atheists, but I don't automatically consider somebody dumb just because they're religious. Religion has been normalized, so it's perfectly normal to believe in those things. And so I don't think that's a reflection on anybody's IQ necessarily. I most certainly don't think that atheists, the smart ones, need to rule over the dumb ones. That's just fucking ridiculous.
Rule the dumb ones. So there's an elitist mentality that forms within atheism. It's an arrogant philosophy. It's a philosophy where people don't have freedom because people are too stupid to exercise that freedom.
What? What the fuck are you talking about? I mean, if anybody, atheists believe in more freedom than religious people, at least religious people of this caliber. Not all religious people, obviously. But I feel like religion inherently imposes restrictions on freedom. And I mean, of course, he would see that as a good thing. And I'm not saying that restrictions on freedom is a bad thing. What I'm saying is that as far as religion goes, they go beyond the scope of reasonable in order to restrict things. Like sex before marriage. That's one thing that's restricted by his religion. And he wants to say that we're like somehow restricting freedom? Like, we don't have that concept necessarily in atheism. I mean, there are personal opinions, but there's nothing in atheism that says, hey, don't fuck your girlfriend or anybody else before you get married, motherfucker. You will burn in hell. That is a religious position. We got Jesse Shoto who says, what is he going on about? No fucking clue. I mean, he's perfectly lost me. Teresa, Minnesota says, if he's against state atheism, shouldn't he also be against Church of England, Church of Norway, etc.? I mean, you would think that he would be against theocracies, but my guess is that he would definitely welcome a Christian theocracy because that's the thing that he agrees with. He probably thinks that everybody should live that way.
Exercise that freedom. And to an atheist, they must tell the society how they must live and what they must believe in.
I'm sorry, motherfucker. Are you even listening to yourself? You are describing the Christian population to the T. Like, specifically the Christian right or the Christian conservative groups and everything like that. Now, not all Christians obviously think that they should be telling other people how to live their lives. But, I mean, just think about it. He's talking about himself here, and he's completely unaware of it. Casey said she's not listening to him.
Must believe in. And so in atheism, when it is practiced, we have seen terrible outcomes. I'm here to tell you the truth.
I like, is anybody else screaming the Crusades at this point, or the Protestant Catholic wars and excursions and everything like that, where they were killing each other? Are we forgetting about how religious people have persecuted other people of other faiths forever? Like, I feel like he's still complaining and bitching about his own religion here.
To tell you the truth, if you're an atheist, you have adopted one of the dumbest and foolish philosophies known to the human race. And maybe that's why there's only 4% that even claim that to be atheists.
Well, no, that's not why. The reason why is because people are either scared to come out and say that they don't believe, or the fact is that religion is normalized in our society. And so because it's normalized, when people fall from the faith or leave the faith, they're regularly ostracized, and so other people see that and they don't want that to happen to them. So they stay in the faith. But the main factor here is that religion's normalized, especially Christianity and Islam. They're normalized, and so to be those things is seen as normal. And just because we have a small population doesn't mean that we're wrong, and doesn't mean that you shouldn't adopt it. Adopt like atheism at all, which you don't really adopt it. You just kind of you just are unconvinced of a God existing. You kind of become that way. So
It even claimed it to be atheist, because as the Bible says, a fool has said in his heart, there is no God.
I have to say that particular quote is got to be the centerpiece for the bingo card that I'm going to make, because it's like Psalm 14:1. Fucking fool has said in his heart there is no God, because that always gets brought up when we're talking about atheism, whether or not it's true or legit or anything like that. So it's just really kind of ridiculous to even bring that up, because obviously whatever your religious book says is not going to convince us that we're wrong. What's going to convince us that we're wrong is actual evidence, not just some asshole writing some shit down in a book a long time ago, right? I get that is something that has been that has kind of been woven into your religion, and therefore has been indoctrinated to you to think as sort of like a safety mechanism to keep people within the faith. But that's not going to convince anybody else out there. You're basically making this particular video. I feel like this entire video here is made for religious people to feel secure in not being an atheist, and for remaining religious. That is the audience that's targeted by this video. We got, let's see, Jesse Shodel says Salem 1692. That is all. That would be the Salem witch trials. Yeah, they were fucking wrong. Michael Thole said atheism equals total personal accountability. Do you think that's an idea that religious people are afraid of? No, I mean, I don't think that, obviously, I don't think that all religious people are that way, but I do think a majority of the Christian right are kind of afraid of personal accountability. They always want to cling to their Bible or cling to their God for, saying things that are hurtful to other people. So it becomes that it's not them that's saying it, it's their God that's saying it. If you hear anybody that says that, they're just looking to escape personal accountability for the shitty positions that they hold. John Lovell says, isn't religion communism? I mean, if you look at the Catholic Church, it kind of is. I mean, you're told to, well, I guess Catholic Church, Mormonism would be one. I'm wondering if Jehovah's Witnesses might be another, but they definitely go off of the whole kind of a communist type of mindset, I guess. At least in the thought process that people give their hard-earned money to the church, which then does whatever in the fuck with it, helping other people out and all this other stuff. It's fine when the church does it, but as soon as government does it, that's when it becomes a problem. Pasty Cake says, even if the right manages to make this place a Christian state, there is still the problem of whose version of Christianity is correct. That would be correct. That would be correct there, Pasty Cake. They would still need to determine which version of Christianity would be right. And I guess it would be the version of Christianity that the president supports, right? I would think. Robert Ed said, what the heck is your definition of communism? Let's see what Google says. A political theory derived from Karl Marx advocating class war and leading to a society in which all property is publicly owned and each person works and is paid according to their abilities and needs. I didn't mean strictly communist based. I just meant in the idea that people work and they give their money to the church, and then the church, technically the church owns the properties and everything like that. And for instance, that's really Catholicism. And then I would think that Mormonism also kind of follows that. So I'm not saying strictly communism because, and I didn't mean to actually say it that way. I just meant that it was kind of similar to. So Syrian says communism is its purest form is the people owning the means of production. Okay. Mormons tried communism, law of consecration, give 100% to the church, then redistributed. It failed, so they guilt taxed them instead. Tithing. Yeah, the tithing.
In his heart, there is no God. It is foolish to embrace atheism.
And that's it. That's all that he's got. He turns it off. So, yeah, I should really look up on communism before I agree to that kind of stuff. So, I agree. I may have went a little bit too far with the communism comparison, but I'm just saying that it's kind of odd, how that works. But anyways, all right. So that's going to be it for the video. Let me actually get back to our main camera here. All right, heathens. Well, that's going to be it for the for the video tonight. If you guys liked it, be sure to smash that like button. We've got 150 people watching right now, but only 40 likes. So before you leave out of here, smash that like button. It would really help me out. If you like this show tonight, definitely share it with a friend. Share it on Twitter. Share it on Facebook. That would also help me out. So don't forget to smash that like and share this video with somebody that probably doesn't know about me, which is most people. But anyways, we're about to go into the Skeptic Mafia comments, which I need to pull up while I'm talking to you guys about the Skeptic Mafia. If you guys don't know about the Skeptic Mafia, it's that little join button that's right below the video here. And what you can do is you can smash that join button, and then you can join the Skeptic Mafia at various levels. The lowest level just gives you access to emojis and a special little icon in the chat that changes about every month at first, and then it kind of spaces out a little bit. But I mean, you get this cool little icon next to your name. You get to use the emojis that you see other people using, and it's just all around a great time in the Skeptic Mafia. We have a podcast that we do. We've got monthly hangouts that we do. We've got these live streams that we do every Friday night. We've got various things like that we do, and you know, as we've always said, a portion of every month's income that the channel brings in, whether that be super chats or memberships or ad revenue, a portion of that is always going to be going to charity. And I think that are we still supporting AAI or yeah, AAI?
No, we're never supporting AAI.
Or IAA, sorry.
Well, yeah, so this month we're helping them out with board costs, and they're sending Indian kids to school and doing all kinds of secular rescue and.
Yeah, so we're supporting IAA. We're supporting IAA this month. Their funding costs and everything like that. They help send kids to secular schools in the Congo. They've helped, and in India, they've helped people abroad to you know, really spread a sort of a secular kind of message. What? Humanism.
And yeah. Secular rescue is the most important thing.
So the secular rescue program that they got is the most important thing right now. So, yeah. All right. So we are about to be going into that. Like I said, I really appreciate everybody watching tonight. We got a new member. Saxon Xander became a shill. Welcome, Saxon. I appreciate you becoming a shill, man. That's awesome. All right. Awesome. So we're going to be going into that, if you guys will. I hope you have a lovely weekend. I hope you have a great weekend. I know I've got like a 4-day weekend, counting today. And so I guess we'll see you guys next week. Yeah, we'll see you guys then. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens. But don't go, because we are going to be going into the Skeptic Mafia comments, which I need to bring that up right now.
Oh, I'll go check if there's any.
Okay. Oh, here I am. And there they are. Okay. Let me see. Actually, I think. Okay. Oh, wait. Here we go. Oh, we got another member. It looked like.
Yeah.
Now that I got the little notifications, it kind of helps. Let's see. All right, so let's zoom in a little bit here. All right, so first up tonight, we've got Daniel M. This guy really should look in the mirror when he says someone's worldview is dumb. Need I remind him of, read as fast as possible, Shillacka coffee, garage, dog water, cuts grass, read a lot slower. Ha 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 ha. And he says atheism is dumb. Once again, I find myself wondering where the hell his evidence is. He doesn't try to prove anything. All he does is say a bunch of shit he heard some other non-informed person says and gives no sources except God says so. I agree. That was pretty bad of him. Terrence Clark. This is like the greatest hits of terrible arguments against atheists. I will give him points for distilling it down to all of the most common bad arguments all for one short video. At least we don't have to hear him pontificate and ad nauseum like Hovind. That said, most of these I can just brush off as the silly nonsense they are. The only one that really bugs me is having some overconfident bloviator that doesn't know a thing about me tell me that I'm immoral because I don't believe in his moral monster of a god. History shows that by and large, religion is the force dragging it. Huh? Oh, sorry. I thought. Religion is the force dragging its feet against social progress. Yes, there are notable exceptions like the Quakers that have generally been out in front of most moral issues, but this guy, I'm sure, would think that Quakers were evil as atheists if he knew anything about them. Hey, if you like the video, join the Skeptic Mafia. Yeah, you get emojis and the ability to write comments like this. But more than that, it's just a great group of people and well worth supporting. Thank you, Terrence. I appreciate that. Next up is Dave Lee. Dave, I made this comment on Tom Brown Knows for Jeebus's page. Even atheists admit there is a moral universe. This is a figment of Tom's imagination. Atheism is the rejection of a God claim, period. Who's got straw man fallacy on the atheism is dumb bingo card? Hey! I didn't even read this, and we both came up with the thing. Yeah, straw man would definitely be a good. We should probably put fallacies on there rather than specific arguments, or maybe we could do a mix. I don't know. We'll talk about that at the next Mafia meeting. When atheism has been practiced, we've seen terrible outcomes: Dark Ages, the Crusades, burning witches at the stake, slavery, the subjugation of women. The Bible is full of terrible outcomes. Tom, have you read it? You know what? Sometimes I think that they really haven't, at least not sincerely. Atheists don't believe in gods because there is no evidence and such deities outside of it. There is apologetics aplenty. But yeah, I know. But that's all you get when there is no evidence. Hey, Tom, if God so loves his children, then why do so many of them get molested by priests? Ooh, harsh burn. Oh, yes, Apologetics 101. Something, free will. They will be punished after they die because that's safe to say from the pulpit because you won't have to provide evidence then. That's a good point. Also, I don't think that God appearing, punching a dude, and then disappearing is exactly affecting his free will. He has no problem doing that in the Bible. Like all throughout the Old Testament, he'll come down and kick you in the nuts and then leave, kind of deal. So, except the kicking in the nuts is like destroying your entire city.
And stealing all of your wives and giving them to other people.
And stealing your wives, giving them to other people, raping your daughters. No, YouTube. I said graping. They were going to grape the daughters. Got to appease the YouTube gods. Hey, Tom. If God so loves his children, then why do so many of them... Oh, yeah. Religion is fiction, Tom. It's not even good fiction. Your belief system is a pretend system. If you disagree, please have your deity contact me directly. Dave. Thank you there, Dave. I appreciate that. Teresa, Minnesota. It's a good thing I stopped at the liquor store today. That Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple is some awesome shit. I know, right? Mix it with Sprite. It tastes awesome. I'm telling you, do that. Because it's the only thing keeping me safe from malarkey like this. Is it just me, or does the average fundy / non-denominational remind you of an annoying used car salesman or MLM pitchman? And clearly this dipshit is a preacher of the prosperity gospel bullshit. Hey, Granny, I know you're on Social Security and you have to give up meals to pay for your meds, but I'm going to need you to tithe even more so that I can upgrade my backyard even more. I mean, to help the poor heathens in Africa. God's blessings to you, Granny. Yep, definitely MLM pitchman. Say something here about those like, subscribe, and join buttons. Hey, have you hit either of those? If you haven't yet, smash the like, Hulk smash the subscribe, and fucking share it out like a motherfucker. Whatever that means. By the way, do you Oxford comma? Yes, back to shilling and whale peen emojis. Thank you, Teresa. Drew's book reviews. I was going to write a comment debunking every point, but I'm sure GE covered that. His reasons from the start were bad enough, but then he took a turn. He took a turn for the worst, going back to killing babies and communism again. At this point, I just roll my eyes at these arguments. So many good arguments for God, and he has to use these ones. If using this kind of reasoning is my other choice, I will proudly be an atheist. One last thing, there's nothing wrong with changing morality. I would like to think that as I grow, learn more, and understand better that my morality has changed and for the better, and not considered by ideological dogma and beliefs. I agree. That is good. Anyway, heathens, I will let GE take a moment to ask KC which religion has better moral foundation and we should all adhere to or burn in hell, Star Trek or Star Wars? Star Trek, obviously, is what she would say. It is not the obvious answer, though, because it's always Star Wars.
Whatever. You and Wuhan are both wrong.
We're both wrong. We'll start a war tomorrow. Okay, heathens, now that Casey told us which church to join, the Church of Star Trek, obviously, may our Lord Roddenberry live forever. Now give the Vulcan salute. This is the Vulcan salute, right? Live long and prosper. Mm-hmm. That's all from me. Until next time, keep on reading. Thank you, Drew. I appreciate that. Which, incidentally, I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually taught myself to do this while I was in church. Well, Catholic Mass. I was that bored. I would sit there in the pews and I put my hand against it because I saw something about how you can teach yourself to do it. I just put my hand against the church pew and I spread my fingers and I just let it sit there like that, and now I can do it.
That's a great story.
That sounds so patronizing, honey.
So sorry.
That's such a great story. Yes, please don't tell it again. Well, Prince of Fetch says this dildo wouldn't know common sense if it whacked him in the face with a 15-foot whale dick.
Damn.
I know. How can it?
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
How can anyone say this shit with a straight face is beyond me? Sorry, I won't be around to join y'all while he gets rightfully mocked as the dingleberry he is, but I have an early day. Have a great night, y'all, and don't forget to do all that stuff everyone makes GE remind y'all about. Yes, like smashing the like button or joining the Skeptic Mafia, or the fact that we got a podcast that posts pretty much every Tuesday. All right, Gary White. Can't wait to listen. His arguments about atheism is dumb. Better get your popcorn and drink ready. I'll be able to listen in tonight and figure out what he's talking about. Well, Gary, I hope that you were able to figure it out. Most of us are pretty dumbfounded by how fucking ridiculous he is. So, yeah, I hope that you were able to figure out what we couldn't. Let's see. I did miss Hellbound Hillbillies one at the very beginning. What a load of ad hom. You're dumb for not believing the same dumb shit I believe. It even says you're dumb in the book of dumb shit that I try to convince myself is absolute truth. And we all know that the best way to get people to agree with you is to tell them how stupid they are for not agreeing with you. Whatever, think for yourselves, and don't forget to wash your hands and wear your mask wherever you go around people. Need a new mask? I do believe you can get some pretty cool ones in GE's merch shop. While you're clicking on shit, how about clicking that like and subscribe and that notification bell to see more videos and live streams like this one? Maybe even let us talk you into joining the Skeptic Mafia. There's lots of cool perks and a great community. Oh. Well, thank you. Yes, so you can get a nearly invisible mask from our merch shop down there, from the Teespring store, which I know, I don't know if I've actually got it in the description there, but I do have a bit.ly. I think that's right. Hold on, let me check. Let me hook y'all up. Fuck, that page is not found. Wait, is that it? Yes, that's it. Got it. There you go. All right, I'll see you later there, Teresa. You have a good night. But yes, there you go. I put the link for the GE Pride mask. If you want to get yourself a Pride mask, they're really good. I mean, I wear that mask most times when I'm leaving. Sometimes I wear the one that Kitty made us. Sometimes I wear that one, but for the most part, I wear the GE Pride mask. Not because I'm like full of myself or anything. It's a good mask. Michael W. Robo says, seriously, GE, did you think that we could watch this asshat without running our head into the living room walls? You owe me $4.89 for spackling compound to fix the holes. Yes, it took more than one run at the plasterboard to clear my head. If you intend to be this sadistic in the future, a warning would be greatly appreciated. Oh, Janeway would make Solo her bitch. What do you think, honey?
Janeway would make anyone her bitch.
Okay. Next up is Trickster. Atheism is not a philosophy or a religion or a belief. Atheism is simply the lack of belief in a god or gods. How can someone say in one breath that people believe something came from nothing? They don't, by the way. Then in the very next breath say that God created everything out of nothing. And if everything had to have a creator, who created the creator? These are all great questions that they can't answer. Most atheists I know are good in spite of religion. Guess it all depends on on your ideas of good. Don't see too many atheists around going around saying, you have to believe what I believe or you'll be really sorry at the end. This guy has nothing new to say and, as usual, uses the same tired arguments and assumptions. And why would someone use the Bible to prove their argument when the one you were trying to convince doesn't believe in the Bible? You know, that's a solid question that he can't answer. This guy may have had nothing new to say, but GE always brings you new and interesting topics. Want to see some of the secret content GE has to offer? Join the Skeptic Mafia and get in on the know. Podcast every Tuesdays, hangouts and specials only available to Mafia members. You also get emojis that you won't find anywhere else, all for less than $5 a month. Times are tough and you can't join today. That's okay. Hit that like button and share this with everyone you know, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, or you just really want to help GE spread truth and rationality. Also, don't forget, we do donate a portion of all of the profit that we make off this channel to charities. So your a portion of your memberships and your super chats all go to very good causes. Urban Imposter, title of the video, goes to prove the original author has no idea what atheism is or what it addresses. Solid. Jonathan Nickel. I wasn't expecting much, but this guy gets everything wrong. Like so many theists, he projects his own standards onto atheism, treating it as a worldview rather than what it really is, a response to a claim. Atheism is the lack of belief in any gods. It says nothing about the nature of the universe. Morality comes from ourselves and evolution. We are social species, and like all social species, it is in our own interest to get along with our neighbors. Morality is also a social construct. It, too, is constantly evolving as our shared values develop. It is not universal either. What is acceptable in one country may be considered abhorrent in another. Evolution does not say that the strong survive in the way that it claims. He clearly has a misguided notion of the term survival of the fittest. I'm not surprised he tried to bring in abortion. They always do. He also speaks of slavery, which was supported in the Bible, but which every atheist I know would view as repugnant. Everything else is mere projection. It is religion that tries to control society. Its thoughts as well as its actions as an atheist. All I ask is that people don't try to force their religious crap onto me. Is that too much to ask? I really don't think so there, Jonathan. And I really jerked my head like really fast for that. I think maybe the alcohol is getting to me. Thank you, Jonathan. Quentin Van Booben says, I really have no idea how to respond to this for a 3-minute video. There's so much stupid. I know. Cadence, I've tasted these arguments before. Not even Tabasco sauce can revive its staleness. Blah, blah, blah. Once again, we have a non-atheist who has put together a set of talking points along with preconceived notions of how to address them. If he, like most other deniers of atheism, would frame the talking points as a set of questions and put them to an atheist, he/they would learn a whole new set of answers, most, if not all, of the form I don't know. Atheism does not say that something external to the universe caused it to be. Instead, atheists will say, I don't know how the universe came into existence. By the way, there is no evidence to suggest that an external supernatural entity was responsible. I did like the irony in his claim that atheists have a need to enforce their beliefs on others while simultaneously trying to enforce his belief on others. I know, that was really funny. Chrismer. All right. 1. There never was nothing, as nothing is a theoretical concept and just isn't a thing that exists. Also, it's his beliefs that claim something came from nothing, so that's a moot point to make. Agreed. It's not morally bankrupt. All atheists I know have a better moral compass than any religious person out there. And it's religion that supports slavery. It's religion that causes all the shit that he's talking about. 3. What is he going on about freedom when the Bible literally condones slavery? The fuck? Atheism does not tell you what to fucking believe in. Again, this is his beliefs he's projecting onto atheists. So yeah, I'll bullshit once again. But wait, ASCII? Yes, ASCII. Although I don't have an appropriate one, here's this. Is that like a heart? I think it's a heart. Because we love you, GE. Oh, yes, it is. And not in that religious person kind of way. Anyway, if you like this content, go ahead and lick that like button as hard as Mike Pence's fly was licking his hair the other night. Go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to join the Skeptic Mafia, join the Skeptic Mafia. If you do, you can get GE to sing stupid shit like, he said sing, stupid shit like, I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep at night and work all day. Like I said, we're going platinum later on this month. All right, thank you, Christopher, for your comment. Uhan Roderick, short version, his face is dumb. Long version, his face is dumb. Not a whole lot going on in this video of substance or upstairs in the old noggin, I reckon. Smash it, join it, bop it. Jonathan Hanachek, fool believes in anything that's been written down and or published by another fool. I agree there, Jonathan. Let's get back to the main cam, which I think that we got everybody's comment. All right. Daniel M says, Godless Engineer, I just made a to-do list when I had you speak in tongues. Oh, awesome. All right. Well, that's going to be it for me tonight. I actually had to get up pretty early this morning and record with a certain Australian this morning, which y'all probably don't know who I'm talking about, but they are going to be coming to the channel next week. So be prepared for that. We're discussing Flat Earth. And then next Monday, we're probably going to do another Did Jesus Exist type of video. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I guess we'll be seeing you guys later. I know this weekend, I don't exactly have a stream planned, although I do plan on doing some game streaming. So if you want to go and follow me on Twitch, it's just twitch.tv/Godless Engineer. So y'all can go and, oh, I forgot the HTTP. There you go. If you guys want to follow me there and watch me play some video games, been playing a lot of not Rogue Squadron, but Squadrons here lately. That's a Star Wars thing. Star Wars Squadrons. Mm-hmm. Is there a Star Trek Squadrons? They don't have squadrons in Star Trek. That's why. Okay. That animosity is not real. Don't take it as being real. But anyways, I think I'm going to go on ahead and head out. It was awesome seeing everybody. Daniel M, I see GE soundtrack coming. Yes, actually, I do have a soundtrack. That's legit. I am working with a music guy, and we're producing some stuff. Let's see. Christopher Dave, so when are you doing this month's Hangout? I fixed my audio problems and should be able to join this time. Let's see. I'll probably be able to do it the 24th, I think. Right now, it's tentatively scheduled for the 24th. So just, I guess, keep that in mind. Flat Earth is fun. They're idiots. I agree there, Saxon. They are pretty fun. And I've started looking more into the Flat Earth community again. So I don't know how much there is really to cover there that hasn't already been covered, but we'll definitely check it out. James asks, how do they calculate the age in biblical times? Because you see people 200 to 800 years old. And why do you think evangelicals marry so fast? Well, I mean, people living to those ages were just made up in the Bible, in my opinion, because there's no legit way to actually live to 200 without some kind of or 800, let alone 800. Yeah, I believe those were pretty much just made up. Evangelicals marrying so fast. I feel like that kind of has to do with, I don't know. I kind of feel like that has its roots, at least, in the misogyny of religion in general, of evangelicalism, because like even in the Old Testament of the Bible, you had girls that were being married off like 13, 14 years old, and so the idea of marrying your daughters off at such a young age was because now they belong to the husband, and so that's basically how they took care of the daughters. Instead of them living at home, they would have a husband that takes care of them, kind of thing.
Also no sex before marriage.
Oh yes, also no sex before marriage is also a selection pressure for that. See you later there, Vesta. So mostly pose and trolls. Well, the ones talking about it. Yeah, I understand that, and so that's why I don't know exactly how much there is to cover. I definitely do have a couple of debates that I've seen that I want to cover a few things in that I haven't covered in a while. So, yeah. Metalhead says every non-globe Earth argument I've heard so far has fallen flat before they even started. Lol. Yeah. Charisma and Dave, Nathan Oakley is definitely a Poe. He only does it for those super chats. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him because obviously there's a lot of people that are willing to throw away their money like that for those types of people. So, yeah. But anyways, guys, I'm going to head on out of here. Y'all have a lovely night, lovely weekend. And as always, don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Also, go and vote. I don't care who you vote for.
I do.
Go vote. Well,
I care.
Casey cares. Casey wants everybody to vote for Biden so that Trump doesn't get presidency. Most important thing, though, is to go out and vote. Okay? All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye, heathens.